In the second segment, we're going to take our Ansible playbooks from the first segment, and we're going to introduce IBM QRadar, and that is going to detect offenses in our environment, and IBM QRadar SOAR, which is going to automate a response to that offense using one of our playbooks. Reviewing our demo environment, we have this Copy Services Manager, and we have a session within it that is for our safeguarded copy DB2 server that we demoed in the previous segment. We also have a IBM FlashSystem 5200, and within that we have defined a volume group for this safeguarded copy of the DB2 server, and it has the LUN within it. We can see there are currently 9 backup points, safeguarded copies for this session, and we can also see them within the FlashSystem 5200 here. We can't do anything with them at this point here. This is protected. They are automatically managed and expire according to this date over here internally to the Flash system. We also have for this demo the QRadar dashboard. This is going to detect something bad going on in our environment, and it will pass that on to our QRadar SOAR server, and it is going to respond to that offense with what we've determined the proper action to be. In this demo, it's going to be a fully automatic response, taking an additional safeguarded copy to have in case that the actions going on in the environment actually are malicious and there's an attempt to destroy the data. So if we look at the QRadar dashboard and we come over here into the offenses, look at the rules, we can pull up our 2 demo rules for this in the next segment. You will see that we have SGC delete backup. This is detecting a deletion attempt on the Flash system, and it's going to pass that on to the IBM SOAR server. And within SOAR, if we look at the playbooks, which is different than an Ansible playbook, it's its own method of handling and working through the workflow within SOAR, but you will see there is a tie-in, as we'll look at the fully automated playbook, which is a fairly simple playbook. You'll see it starts with a start condition where it's looking for a Cyber Vault safeguarded copy deletion that comes from the QRadar. We have an Ansible playbook call, which is, if you remember from the first segment, the SGC, QIAS, and backup. Then it has this update notes piece where it's going to add the notes from the Ansible playbook run, as well as closing out this ticket. Because it's a fully automated response, we don't need to keep it open, it's just going to close it. So we can see currently we do not have any incidents active, and we do not currently have any active offenses. If I come over here to the 5200 and I look at our volumes, I can see our safeguarded copy backups down here. They're in the safeguarded copy child pool. And let's choose one and we'll see what goes on when I try to delete it. You'll see that I don't even have the option to delete. It's grayed out. But I am logged in as an administrator. It's protected and not even allowed for administrators to delete these safeguarded backups. So what if I'm a bad actor and I happen to have access to the environment? I even know the CSM user that's used to trigger these backups within the Flash system. I log in. I get a list of the vDisks that are safeguarded copy backups. And let's try deleting one. You'll see that even though I'm the same user that's used to trigger these safeguarded copies, I'm still not allowed to delete them. But since we did manage to try and delete these safeguarded copies, if we flip over here to the QRadar Offense Manager and we refresh the screen, we can see that there has been a Cyber Vault safeguarded copy deletion attempt. Within the offense, we can see that it collects information, including the source IPs, and time, the rule that detected it, and other pertinent information. Then we move over to SOAR, where we can flip screens to get our incident to come in. And with the screen refresh, we can see that we have a new incident. We look at that, we can see it's a Cyber Vault safeguarded copy deletion. It's actually running right now since it's fully automated. And it just closed. So it's finished. And if we go back out to instance, this is actually closed. If we go back into the incident, we can see that the notes were populated with the run information from the Ansible playbook. And we have the IBM QRadar is showing for all offenses that it has also been closed out as part of the automatic action. We can look over here at Copy Services Manager, and we can now see that there is a 10th backup point, safeguarded copy backup point, and that our fully automated response worked properly. Now, there's concern, what happens if you try to delete over and over and over? And we do some different safeguarded backups. Well, you can see they're still all protected, but we may not want to have a safeguarded copy for each one of those because it's the same offense, really. One person sitting here going over and over and hitting these, trying to delete all of them. If we look over here in QRadar, we actually have a limiter on this rule, which will prevent it from detecting it too often. So it will wait for 5 minutes in our demo here. We have it limited to respond to no more than one time for every 5 minutes, just to prevent a denial of service type attack by deleting multiple, or to combine all of those offenses into really the single offense that's going on. If we look at all offenses, we can see that since I was within that 5-minute window in our demo environment, no additional offenses were created, but we did get a new safeguarded backup copy for the overall offense. And that concludes this second segment of our demonstration.